Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk about what have been happening in the market and what we should expect for this coming week. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Please consider subscribing and smashing that like button since it really helps the channel out. So let's go and talk about the market, cryptocurrencies and more. So first of all, we can see here that everything ended up in the red on Friday. The S&P 500 was down 1.89%. 5.18% in the past 5 days, and year to date is down 8.31%. The Dow Jones year to date is down 6.34%, and the Nasdaq is down 13.04%. So it is already in kind of a correction area here, the Nasdaq. But we have seen a lot of things that have been happening. In my opinion, I do agree with some of the YouTubers in the platform that this might be an overreaction after Netflix earnings, because we know that we were expecting for Netflix to report earnings as the first big cap tech company to report earnings, and then as they didn't do well, as we saw that they reported a slowdown for next quarter, or an expectation is slowdown for next quarter, stock dropped like 20 or 30%, if I'm not mistaken. Let's check. The stock dropped 21%. We can see that it dropped massively here after earnings. It got down to 24%. So people believe that this was an overreaction, and in my opinion it was, but it might be because we know that most of these big tech cap companies were really high and overvalued, and these are the overreactions we will see if companies do not report over expected expectations. So if they don't overbeat expectations, we are going to see this kind of reactions. Now, on the cryptocurrency markets, we saw cryptocurrency stumble, with Bitcoin falling 15% and Ethereum down 20%. As rising interests have prompted investors to shed positions in riskier assets, earlier this week, the benchmark 10-year Treasury yield traded above 1.9%. And many people ask, why is Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies down if they are supposed to be against inflation? So this should be our hedge against inflation. But the truth is that the market is not only against inflation at the moment, but also is against risk. And investing in cryptocurrency is a high risk, high reward investment. And we all know that, even though many believe it's not like that, investing in Bitcoin, in Ethereum, or any other cryptocurrency is risky. And that is why we have seen these non-profitable companies, high growth companies, crashing over the past 5 months, and the same have been happening with Bitcoin. Because if we see here, certainly today we see that everything is on the green. We see that Cardano is 5% up today, Bitcoin 2.50%, Ethereum is 2.98% today. As we can see here that Bitcoin is up massively, not massively, it's 2% up today. But if we check in the past 7 days, it's down. In the past month, it's down. In the past 3 months is down. In the past year, obviously it's not down, but we can see this huge crash here from $67,000 to all over $35,000 at the moment. And obviously this is a huge crash that started on November 7th. So cryptocurrency have been crashing since then. And that has been happening with this non-profitable high growth companies as well. Same with Ethereum. Today is green, but 7 days ago red. 1 month ago is down. 3 months ago is down. 1 year ago is not down. As we can see that it has performed better than Bitcoin, but it is also down massively since November 7th, the exact same day that cryptocurrency got to its peak, and has been crashing since then, as it has happened with all the non-profitable growth companies as well. Now, I do have to say that Bitcoin or Ethereum have been kind of performing just like the S&P 500, obviously more aggressively, but something like that. As we can see here, for example, in the past 5 days, the black one and the purple one are Bitcoin and Ethereum, and the blue one is the S&P 500. And we can see that when the S&P 500 goes up, Ethereum and Bitcoin goes up, and when it starts going up, they crash as well, and has been crashing all the way through the same thing. It has been happening. If you see here, everything goes up, everything goes down. So it has been performing like that for the whole year. 3 months ago, almost the same thing. Obviously not as aggressive as cryptocurrency, but almost the same thing. In the past month, the same thing. It has been dropping and everything has been dropping as well. So obviously this is what teaches us that the market is not only against cryptocurrencies, it's against high risk investments. Even though in the long term there might be the one with the highest return, but at the moment is the highest risk, which have been getting affected a lot. Now let's check what we're going to see this coming week. Tomorrow we're going to start with earnings as well. We're going to see on Monday not that much of companies, interesting companies. We're going to see IBM, Logitech, Mets and more, but none of these are that interesting for me. But on Tuesday, we're going to see Johnson & Johnson, General Electric, Verizon, American Express, 3M, Next Era Energy, an excellent dividend company, Microsoft, the second big tech cap company that is reporting earnings, so a lot of pressure for their earnings, Capital One, CN, Stride, and more. But then on Wednesday, we're going to see Boeing, AT&T, Abbott Laboratories, the NASDAQ, Progressive, Tesla, Intel, Levi's, and Lending Club. Obviously, I'm going to talk about Microsoft on Tuesday and about Tesla on Wednesday, and we're going to leave all this Intel and other companies for other videos, but we already know, or kind of know, how Tesla is going to do, as we already know how many cars they delivered throughout 2021, and we know that that number fluctuates a little bit, but we have kind of an expectations for this company, but we're also going to talk about that on Wednesday. Now on Thursday, we're going to have MasterCard in the morning with McDonald's, Valera, JetBlue, and Altria, and also Southwest. But in the afternoon, after our market closes, we're going to have Apple, Robinhood, Visa, and that's going to be all for me. For this Thursday, I'm not going to upload a video on earnings. I'm going to upload a video on other things, as I'm going to be traveling that day to another country, so I will not be able to film a video that exact day. But on Friday, I'm going to post the video about Apple earnings. As you guys know, that this is one of my favorite companies ever, and I really want to know how they did. And also very excited about MasterCard and Visa, as I invest in both of them, and we have seen how Visa got to excellent numbers. As we can see here, that I've been adding to this stock. It got to $205 per share, and it got below $200, which is when I added to this company last month in December. Now I'm gonna post a video about Apple on Friday, but I will also talk about MasterCard and Visa and other video, and Robinhood as well. So this week I'm gonna talk about Microsoft, Tesla, Apple, and that's going to be all. But let me know in the comment section below if you want me to post a video about Robinhood as well, and many of all of these others airlines companies, and Altria as well. And on Friday, I don't see that much exciting companies for me. We have Caterpillar and Chevron, which I know that many of you invest in these companies, but I'm not investing in them, and I have not done research in them as well. I do have to say that this week might be really volatile, because we're gonna have big cap companies reporting earnings, and we already saw how it went with Netflix. We saw that Netflix crashed after earnings, and all of these big cap companies dropped as well. As we can see, for example, Apple have been dropping in the past 5 days. If we check Facebook as well, in the past 5 days is down 5.76%. Amazon is at excellent prices right now, below $3,000, as it is down 10% in the past 5 days. And Microsoft, which is going to report earnings on Tuesday, that just announced their possible acquisition of Activision Blizzard, is down 2.65% in the past 5 days, as we know that they reported those news. But still, we have been seeing how these companies really got affected after Netflix earnings. So this week, I expect a lot of volatility in the market. I do expect that some of these companies are going to do really good, and they are going to help the market to kind of reverse itself and help us see kind of green days, as we know that the S&P 500 has been in a downturn for the last 3 weeks, and it is not still at correction levels like the Nasdaq, but it is getting there. As we can see, that it is down 8.31%. So it's not still at 10%, but if it continues dropping, it will get to 10% really fast, and that is going to affect us really fast, because we know that analysts are expecting a big crash of about 20% from all these big cap tech companies, which is going to have the S&P 500 go down as well massively. So obviously that is going to present a lot of opportunities. What I want to say with this is that I'm not trying to scare you and try to sell everything now because it's going to drop massively and because now we're losing money. It is not a good time to sell, in my opinion. If we sell today, we're going to panic sell. That's why we need to invest in the long term and do not care about what's happening today or tomorrow in the market. Yes, obviously I check the market on a daily basis because I like to take opportunities, and this is an opportunity at the moment in the market to buy at better prices, but I'm not panic selling. When I tell you that we should not panic sell, it's not because I heard about a YouTuber telling you not to panic sell or because I read some analysts talking about that. No, it's because I've been there. I panic sold Bitcoin, as I said, in the last crash. I bought Bitcoin 2017 when it was at $1,800. I saw it go up to $20,000 and then down to $5,000. And even though I sold for a profit between $1,800 to $5,000, I still panic sold during that crash, and that's why I learned my lesson, and I'm telling you guys that it's not worth it to panic sell at the moment. If we check, for example, the S&P 500 in the past 5 years, it has dropped several times. It dropped in 2018 and it dropped 16%, and look where it is right now. It dropped in 2020 because of the pandemic, and it dropped 30%. We also saw a huge drop, as we all know, during 2007 2008, and it dropped 47%, and it took the market about 6 years to recover. That's why I'm telling you guys to invest in the long term. Obviously, no one's want to be losing money in the short term, but if you are able to hold long term and buy here at the bottom or here or here or here, you would have recovered your losses faster. So that's why I'm telling you guys to not panic sell at the moment. Just have patience. Think long term and try not to look at your portfolio if you don't want to invest more money into it at the moment, because selling right now when stocks are down is not the best time to do it, because stocks are not down because the company did wrong. Amazon is not down 10% in the past month or year to date because they're failing or they're going bankrupt. No, it's because the stock got high, or in my opinion was still at a nice price, but it got high. We saw how Netflix reported bad earnings, and the market needed this to happen in the short term to be able to have a healthy market in the long term. So take it easy, don't panic sell, invest more if you are able to. If not, don't look at your portfolio right now, because you will feel the need to sell, and it is not a good time to sell unless the company is failing, the company is reporting something that you don't like, or their fundamentals have changed. If nothing of that is happening but the stock is down, look around, search other companies within the same industry and check if those companies or stocks are dropping as well. So let me know in the comment section below which companies are you interested with this in this week for me to post videos about their earnings. I will leave you here my video talking about Netflix earnings, and here for you to subscribe to the channel. Thank you and see you next time.